Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to another AMA. Mark, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, guys, indeed. Welcome back to the weekly Vertical EMA, the place where we take you guys through the latest updates to what is happening behind the scene, and also the place where you guys can ask questions directly to the team here live with us, while everybody is, of course, joining in and tuning in, which we of course, always very enjoy to do. So, guys, I'm already going to say it right now. Prepare your questions because today we do have a very special EMA. Like last week, we gave you guys a demo from the V2 stream, which will be launching next week. Yeah, keep that in mind. Next week, stream version 2 is launching, the version where we've looked at how users have used our platform up until now, where they get stuck, where they're missing stuff, where they're doing stuff just wrong, all distillated into this new version where we think and we know, because we are testing these things nowadays very truly with a Q&A testing team. So exciting stuff is coming, guys. But not only the stream, which is launching next week, today we're also going to be covering a little bit, or not a little bit, very in depth, where we stand right now with the studio and how we are progressing in that. Because a lot has happened in the past few weeks, a lot of interesting things, a lot of powerful things, and we see great traction happening. And I think that we've never been so confident about our product being product market fit as of today. And today I'm going to take you guys a little bit through what the status is of that. But keep in mind, next week launch stream version 2, which is massive. And next week also during our EMA, of course, we'll do a big celebration about it. A great go-to-market strategy is behind it. Like we told you guys last week as well, we're going to be super aggressive. We want to be one of the most affordable AI platforms on the internet to make sure that we attract the most paying users to our platform. That is just a no-brainer to take a subscription with us, and that it's that is what we want, right? We want to build products that are a no-brainer to subscribe to, and I'm confident that the V2 of the stream is exactly that. But also the studio V1.5 that we're working on is doing exactly the same, guys, because you know what it is? Over the past few weeks, we've spoken with over 60 plus companies out of the 150 studio users that were able to claim a seat when we released that version 1.5 months ago. And we we really looked at what they're trying to do, right? The use cases they try to build within that studio, really to learn, like, what are people coming to our platform for to solve. And we saw, a lot of overlap between those users, and we really realized that we need to, not per se, I wouldn't say reinvent ourselves, but really reevaluate, right? What are those pain points that they're trying to solve? What are the needs that they have that they can't solve with the current, with current solutions out there? Like, why can't those do it? And where do we need to differentiate ourselves to make sure that these users will come back, pay for a subscription, and that we as Vertical start generating revenue, and based on that revenue can give back to our token economy, right? So as you already heard, probably between the lines, these weren't surface level conversations. These were deep dives with the people that actually run, knowledge-driven workflows day by day. And I'm talking about legal teams, real estate developers, compliance departments, and consultancy firms, but also just freelancers that really need to build these domain-specific assistants. And out of these conversations that we've had, something became extremely clear. All of them are stuck with the current tools for AI generation. Like, they love the potential. They see that AI can really, improve efficiency, but they just can't actually integrate it into their, actual work, their actual processes, because most of these tools are either too superficial or too technical. And what they need is tools that understands their documents, right? Their regulations, their internal processes, their tone and style. Like, and the tools just don't allow that. And this has already always been the core focus of the studio, right? We want to give you the ability to build your own domain-specific AI solutions that understands you. So this still fits within our profile. So just to run it through a little bit, right? So the Vertical Studio is really designed to so that any team, any person, any organization can create their own domain specialized AI assistants without needing engineers to build those custom solutions for them. And these assistants, they truly understand their documents, their rules, the way of working. And with that, they can automate the repetitive, knowledge-heavy tasks that normally take hours or days to execute for these users. And these users stay fully in control. These users want to be in full control of these steps, right? They want to make sure that the logic that the AI is executing in the back is really fitting to how they like to execute it, the structure, the guardrails. They really want AI to work exactly like their company or their team or their own processes work. And this is a little bit what we're building with the studio. This is exactly what we discovered. Users that really want this and have told us where the pain points are. And of course, this all needs to be super intuitive, all no code and designed with the non-technical in mind. And before we jump into the further deep dive in the status of these conversations, right? I want to do a short presentation to give you guys a little insight in where we stand right now, right? Because I think that this sometimes, giving a presentation really speaks to the imagination. So, Hidde, I will be sharing my screen.
Yes, sir. Let me fix it for you. Okay.
All right, so this is a little bit the Vertical Studio teaser, right? To give you guys a little insight in where we stand right now. So Vertical AI, the company, right, is aiming to be the secure workspace that empowers teams, but also individuals to build AI assistants that are grounded in their own proprietary data, right? We want to bridge the gap between raw LLM intelligence, like we already know, and institutional or personal or company-based knowledge, and this all without needing engineering overhead. So for who are we building this? Like, we see a very strong ICP in SMB teams, right? Business professionals that are looking to optimize their processes with AI, that want to gain efficiency, but where their current out there tools are either too superficial or too technical to utilize for them. So really, these teams that don't have the engineers in-house to do so and to build their custom solutions require engineers. We really see that these, that a big perk is that we have all these models available, right? Something that we've done very great in the past few months is being model agnostic, having the ability to choose which model fits best for which use case is actually a big moat, because even if like one vendor would maybe release a feature that we have, we always are model agnostic. And that is something that they will never have, because an OpenAI, a Gemini, a Claude, they want you to stay stuck in their ecosystem. We fade away from that. We give you the ability to pick the model that works best for your task, always, everywhere on our platform. And something that we really discovered is that these teams that we've talked to, these 60 plus entities that we've talked to from those 150 users, they really wanted to have, a security that their data is handled correctly, because they don't trust an OpenAI, right? They don't trust those US companies, especially the European-based clients that we've talked to. All right, so what is the dilemma then here, right? So business professionals, they lose valuable time on repetitive work because they just don't have the tools to tailor AI to their expertise. And why is that? Out of the box doesn't understand your business, your knowledge, or your situation, right? Off-the-shelf LLMs are intelligent, but they're generic. And they don't know your wikis, they don't know your previous projects, they don't know your customer data. And the pain here is that if you ask them those questions still, they are going to hallucinate. And there's also a big technical barrier, right? Something that is fundamental in the DNA of vertical AI, where we want to remove that technical barrier for those users, is exactly something that we also hear back in those conversations with those clients that we've talked to, right? They require engineers to set up vector databases, RAG pipelines, etc., etc. They just don't want to go through it, not because it's time intensive, but also hiring engineers is just costly. And something that we've really came about discovering is that there is a shadow AI risk, right? If you don't set these things up properly, you have a risk for data leaks, but also a risk that maybe a sub-processor is using your information to further train their models on. So based on this, we've built the vision for the vertical platform, where all products that we've developed are coming together, right? And as you can see clearly, we recognize a few things. We have the vertical stream, the unified chat interface where you can utilize 50 plus models in just one chat. But here is also where our users are soon going to be able to utilize what they've built in the studio. We believe that the chat that we've built in the Stream V2 is super powerful. And what we've learned over there is exactly also the user interface that we're going to be giving to our studio users as well, to really give them all the power that they want. And within the stream, you can share those models, you can share the output, with your colleagues, with your friends, whatever you want. So what happens in the studio, right? In the studio, you are able to build these domain-specific AI assistants that are capable of executing tasks specifically how you want them to do on a repetitive based on the documents that you provided, right? In an automated way, all no code, etc. So the idea is that a user soon can come in, they can select a model, they can design behavior, they can add a knowledge base, either through an external integration, right? But the beauty is that this is where our magic also happens. Because for some of you that have been paying attention, know that we have built our own way of storing data and retrieving data in a more efficient way, a more faster way, and a more cheaper way, which we of course call vertical knowledge. And this is exactly where that gets implemented. Users can build different vertical knowledge bases, connect them to different assistants, utilize them. It's a really mix, match, and deploy mechanism that we really feel needs to be able to be set up within 60 minutes. So user comes in and needs to get value within 60 minutes. In the future, we're going to be adding evaluations to it, like really check which model really works best for which assistant. And the beautiful thing about this is, guys, we live in an environment, in an industry where every month the newest and latest and best model comes out that blows other models out of the field, right? We want to give you the ability to always switch between models, like switching just a cable in and out, so that you are always guaranteed that your AI assistant can easily adapt to the latest and best models if it proves to be more effective. And the idea is here, guys, is that you create these specialized chatbots, right? That you can build these templates for specific tasks to be executed by those agents, really giving it tools to execute. You should be able to integrate those specialized AI assistants into agentic workflows externally, and also be able to integrate them with your CRM tools, etc., etc. And the beautiful thing here is that we really are going to be focusing, and I'm going to go into a little bit more depth in making sure this is all GDPR compliant, that we follow the frameworks of the ISO and all the standards for data security, because that is something that we really heard that our clients require. And that is a little bit the thing, right? We really see that vertical knowledge is our moat, something that we don't see other people do, something that we really do more efficient, more cheaper, and faster, because we implemented the vertical of the knowledge technology of Levanchi Lab, right? The company that we bought an equity stake in strategically to get access to their technology, which we will make available in our platform for our users to, essentially be faster, more efficient, and cheaper than any competitor in the space. And here you can see a clear overview what now the difference is, right? You have simple rack, which usually takes hours to days to set up. It's blind chunking. Relationships is very hard to bake into the to rack, and that's where you get like a basic knowledge graph, where you are able to build in these relationships, but it requires a lot of manual and hand coding, and it can take up weeks to months. With us, vertical knowledge is a sort of hybrid, improved version of both, where you can set it up in minutes. The structure is semantic, and the relationships are automatically created. I see a little spellings mistake. Don't worry about it. We are all humans. So how will that a little bit look like, right? The studio will give you a chat interface for your business needs, right? Freelancers, real estate developers, wherever, where you can build knowledge bases, where you can build tasks to execute, all put it in projects, right? And save those conversations, share them all together. We want to give you the tools within your chat interface to really, execute those repetitive analysis that you do, the repetitive tasks, the research, etc., all within an environment that understands your domain expertise. And guys, this is super powerful because the project, this product is not only theoretical anymore, right? It's no longer us deciding in a vacuum. We really, the companies that we spoke with are really now a direct part of this building process. Every feature that we create, every workflow, every design choice that we now shape around that we now implement in the platform are shaped around actual pain points that we've seen across these 60 plus organizations and our pilot users. And the next steps are to build the vertical platform in such a way that it actually solves those pain points, right? Of those companies that we spoke to, not just one, but multiple ones. We're going to set up a tool that is applicable for anyone that finds value in it. And the beautiful thing is now, guys, is that we're standing on a point, we're operating our company in such a way that we're not per se building nice to haves anymore. We're really building painkillers. And I think this has been a very fundamental realization that we had a few months ago. Same for the stream, right? How we've analyzed how users, how the user journey looks like from an actual user. We've watched over 200 Hotjar, or no, what is it again? Hida, how's it called again? What we use? Hotjar? Yeah, so we've watched over 200 Hotjar videos of users going to our platform, really tuning the product to how they want to operate. And the same is for the studio, guys. We design it to solve pain points. We're building painkillers. And because of that, we actually see traction is moving fast, right? We are currently working with almost 10 pilot projects that have spoken out their commitment, that have signed, right? That we are currently really trying to build that tool around, and that when we release it, they're going to be our first paying studio customers. And currently, we are on the path to releasing the first paid version of the studio in Q1 2026. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited because the early signals are so strong. These pilot projects that we are working close together with, they're excited. They've been struggling, right? Their AI adoption was strong, but they just couldn't find the tools to do so. And yeah, as I said, right, I'm getting excited, and I'm going to do little guess balling, but really, if we execute it in the way that we're doing it right now, I really believe that we're looking at the path towards a multi-million annual return by the end of 2026. And this is just super excited for us. But guys, something that I want to highlight, I was talking to some other builders in the space, and they were like, why don't you tell your community this? This is super excited that you're actually, implementing this. Because, actually building AI for B2B clients, accuracy and automation alone isn't enough, right? You need to build this on top of strong data security frameworks like GDPR and the ISO frameworks. And for that reason, that has been a big focus for us behind the scene, right? We've really been diving deep into it. And we kind of have an image how we handle it right now. So let me briefly just explain how we handle data, because just for you to know, this is where a lot of startups fail because they fall short because of those, because they don't implement these frameworks in time. Let me just take a little sip of water. So whenever someone uploads a document or starts a chat with Outright, either they build a knowledge graph or they upload a document, the data is always encrypted end to end. We only process the minimum amount needed to generate the accurate output. And when we call model providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, or I don't know, Google, it's always done in a stateless way. No storage, no training, no retention. They process the request, they return the results, but it ends with us, right? It ends here, it ends there. Like there's no storage over there. And inside the Vertical Studio, nothing is stored long term unless the customer explicitly enables it. And even then, we apply strict retention rules and automatically delete data after a configured period. And yeah, I didn't miss anything. So around this, we've really built a GDPR aligned framework, clear rules on what we process, how processors are vetted into it, how we delete, how audits work, and how we handle also incidents, right? And internally, we enforce the need to know access, separated environments, proper logging in and monitoring, etc., etc. It's the level of security that you expect when working with high stakes organizations. And this is exactly why I'm so bullish. And I assume, Hidde, this also makes you super bullish, right? Because this means that we're not just building a tool, we're actually setting ourselves up to scale into an industry where we are aiming to, attract thousands of different teams to work with our products and removing those data security barriers that they still experience with other tools out there. And this way, we're actually building the layer companies that they can use to run their real work on, right? We're doing it with real users, real commitment, real pain points. And with this security foundation, we aim to meet those enterprise standards. So, guys, that is where we stand today, right? We have clear market signals. a product built with an end user in the loop, a security framework that actually holds up in a production environment, and a path, let's say, a path that points towards real adoption and real revenue. Because in the end, that is what it's all about, right? We can build nice things, but in the end, we got to generate revenue. Because if we generate revenue, we can give back to our utilities, to our token economy. That is the sole purpose, guys.
Yeah.
If we make money, we can give back to our token economy. And that is, that's why I said it before, right? The best thing that we can do is build highly capable, highly productive tools for people to use that they're willing to pay for, because that can trickle back to our token and our economy, or in our community. So, so this is how the Vertical Studio becomes the AI platform for knowledge-driven companies that they can rely on. AI that is completely tuned specifically to you, your team, your project, your company, whatever you want, and a secure suite where you can utilize tools that provide you with efficiency. So, a lot of information. I hope you guys got a clear image on where we stand right now. Hidde, I'm not sure if I've missed something here. Maybe you want to add something on the marketing side.
So, as you guys know, we have been we're launching the stream next week. In the back end, the past period, we've been activating a lot of our Web3 partners to get them ready for this launch. But also, we've been activating, all of our previous marketing efforts. And what I mean with that is we have over 70,000 email addresses of people that were prior really interested in stream, and this is super value. The people that know that having email addresses, people that are that want to receive marketing emails from us, right? Those are the people we can contact, and this is like the digital gold, right? These email addresses. So we have a huge strategy, email marketing strategy, set up to activate these users, to get them on board on the new stream, and I think we'll see a huge spike in paying users once we launch. So that is up. Again, we're going multi-channel, right? We're growing our presence across all of our channels. That means Instagram, TikTok, but also, we've been building a Reddit strategy to really grow our community there. If you guys don't know, we have a Reddit community. Please go and join it. We'll be sharing a lot of different things there, a lot of more in-depth onto the platform, onto the studio, etc. So super interesting place to join and to follow us as well. And yeah, overall, we're multi-channel focused on marketing side, so we're really putting in a lot of work to be everywhere on the web. And the nice thing is, Mark, now we're going to launch a studio, is that we're also going to be, pushing on LinkedIn a lot, finding the companies,
Definitely.
there. So
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
going to be everywhere, B2B, B2C, we're going to have the complete package. So
Vertical's coming for you.
yeah, exactly. So really exciting things. You're going to see a lot more from us the coming few weeks. And we will be sharing a lot more about Stream once we actually launch. So starting next week.
Next week, guys, during the EMA, we're gonna do, of course, a special EMA to focus on the launch.
Celebrate it.
Celebrate it. Come on, guys. The Stream V2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Period. And it's going to be affordable. It's going to give you all the AI models that you want in one chat interface, all the tools, image generation, video generation, all the whole shebang. You don't need anything else anymore. That's the whole thing, right? You can access your OpenAI models like you do right now with their subscription. You can access those Claude models. You can access all the Gemini models, but in one chat interface. You don't need those different subscriptions.
Nano Banana, Flux, Imogen from GPT. Every model you have, you will only need one subscription for it. It's only going to cost you €8 per month.
€8, guys.
€8
Think about this. It's crazy.
Compared to the big companies, right? And you can use anything. You can use Claude for coding if you want. You can use Nano Banana to, you know, take a screenshot right now and put me into the picture with Mark, you know, those kinds of things. We're going to do a lot of tutorials as well on how to best use the stream because it's pretty extensive. Really exciting. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we have any questions. I don't see anyone in the Telegram right now. Anywhere else? I don't see. I do see this one. This person posting.
Sweater with a logo on it, similar
Yes,
to Hiddes. A little bit of color
merch.
these winter months, you know, always does people well.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, I hope everything was clear. If you watch this back, right, if you're looking at this at another moment, you can always go into our Telegram chat to ask questions about what we've all just shared. We are always here to answer your questions. I couldn't be more excited on where we are right now. Obviously, you know, the market has been rough in the past few weeks, even months. But I think that we are even on the verge of going into better times on that side as well. I strongly believe that. Anyway, that is a completely different side of the story. Just know, guys, no matter what happens in the market, we keep going, we keep delivering, and we keep striving to building a profitable business that can give back to our token holders. So thank you for your trust. Thank you for your patience. I hope that what we shared today made you super excited, showed you that we are handling this in an extremely professional, structured way with actual pain points of actual clients and actual users in mind. Guys, we are going like a machine behind the scenes. So it's just a matter of time, really. All right. So for now, I would say this is final. Hidden, unless you want to add something over here.
We're excited. You guys should be excited. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Well, then it's. I wish everyone a great day, great evening, wherever you are in the world. And this is Hidde and Mark tuning out.
Peace,
See you
guys.
later.